Good evening and salutations, my General Hospital fans. So, I'm just gonna dive right into it. Sam seems like she just does not know how to take no for an answer. So, they meet in their in another spot, another one of their safe houses, which is weird to me. I didn't really understand why they actually had to do that. Especially when Jason made it very clear when they met like in a back alley somewhere that they should not be meeting, but for whatever reason, they met at one of the safe houses. And Jason just pretty much explained to her, to Sam, that listen, we can't keep doing this because this isn't just Dolores that is going to be coming for us. This is Cyrus. Cyrus likes to use family, he likes to use kids, and I'm just not going to take that chance. And Sam was just I get it. It makes for, it really doesn't make for good tension when something is just that obvious. Sam pretty much just kind of was just kicking and being like, no, we gotta be together. We should be together regardless. And then after Jason was like, listen, we got kids. We can't just, this isn't about us. Sam was mad, but she didn't really sit there and fight back after that point. And I was just like, good. Because this would make it a whole lot fucking more simpler. And at first she was like, oh, well, when you deal, and granted, I understood that. She was like, when you deal with Cyrus, then we can be together. I was like, no, because you still got Dolores that you got to deal with. And point is, she was just not taking no for an answer until Jason mentioned kids, and then she kind of she was upset. We all get it, but she wasn't really putting up that much of a fight until Jason left, and then she threw a temper tantrum like a child. So that was pretty much that scene. So let's talk about in the beginning. Trina just busting on and Jordan's house talking about I'll wait for her while Curtis is there. And I gotta give the writers and his character Curtis credit because, he pretty much explained to Trina, listen, your father did what he did because, that's just the life. And sometimes, as a DA or whatever, was he a DA? I don't remember. There's certain cases that just kind of get to you, and knowing in your heart of hearts that you're still right for what you're doing, even though you may not be doing the right thing, you're doing the right thing for the right cause. She kind of got it. You knew she got it, even though she was pissed off at him. Still, for some odd fucking reason, she understood what Curtis was saying to some extent, but it just wasn't enough. And so Trina goes to see Jocelyn. And Jocelyn, at first, she was about to sit there and come at Cam like, so what, you believe what they're saying, Cam? You believe what they're saying? And I was like, oh, seriously? So what, are we fighting the damn world now? But Jocelyn stepped in, and Jocelyn was like, listen, Sonny isn't a perfect man, and I still love him. And, even if he did what he did, he's still a hero. That doesn't change anything. And it took Jocelyn's words to kind of calm down the situation, because Cam came over there and Cam was like, listen, I can't help her. No matter what I say, she is just angry and hurt, and there's nothing that I could really do. And so it was kind of good, because at one point, Jocelyn was like, yo, listen, I'm leaving the house. I'm going to find Trina. I don't care. But, for convenience sake, Trina came to Jocelyn's house. And, long story short, Jocelyn was able to just kind of calm down the situation by reminding her that, listen, she loves an imperfect man. Even though he does bad, he does it for the good reasons. And that's how, she got Trina to kind of look at the situation. Because Trina was all like, I'm going to sue and blah, 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 blah. And I honestly tell you the truth, I'm not going to lie, I thought it was going to be more pushback when Jocelyn was like, listen, she only takes cases that she can win. So I thought that Trina was going to be more, well, let's be honest, more bitchy about it. But Jocelyn got through to her. So, not really a lot that happened. Well, okay, so Nina and Jax are having dinner or lunch or whatever, and then Ava comes over, and Jax was just, he was like, fuck it, yo, your marriage is a sham. straight up wasn't even there 3 seconds before, Ava wasn't even there 3 seconds before Jax was just like, your marriage is a sham. And then Ava said something that kind of rattled a little bit of Nina. Ava was just like, how many times were you married? Well, what are you going on? 4, 5, 6? What was this? 7? Like, how many times were you married? And Jax is like, listen, Jax pretty much is like, yo, all the women that was with me still love me. You can't say the same. So they went back and forth for a little bit. And then I guess Ava walked towards the bar, because, why not? And then Carly came by. Carly was like, listen, we need to talk about Jocelyn. So, Nina got her drink, walked to the bar with Ava, and Ava was like, oh, just to let you know, you're always going to be in second place of Carly. You don't want to be in second place of Carly. I'm like, why are you doing that for? Why are you doing that for? You got your fucking wish somewhat. Why are you doing that for? And to be honest, I was like, that was kind of a dick move. It was kind of a dick move. Like, you know that they share a daughter, you know that they share a child together, so of course, her coming first is gonna be natural. So don't do that. That was just kind of a dickish move. And yes, women can be dicks too. So they talk about the bar for a little bit, and then and I'm just gonna sit there. I know I'm going a little kind of scatterbrain, but this kind of is in the same scene. So, Carly's like, listen, just to let you know, Cyrus is getting out, and things are going to get kind of crazy. Sonny assured us that he's going to protect us, but if you want to spearhead Jocelyn out of the country, I would understand. They talk about it for a little bit. Ultimately, Jax was like, no, if Sonny says he can keep you guys safe, then I'm going to take your word for it. But if things get, out of hand, you gotta let me know, because I gotta get y'all the hell up out of here. And that was pretty much that conversation between Carly and Jax. And I think, yeah, Nina came back, and that's when Nina was like, yo, how many times were you married? And Jax tried to change the situation, change the conversation, and of course, Nina was like, oh yeah, let's talk about Fiji and stuff like that. But in the back of her mind, that got her rattled. That got her rattled. And to be fair, that would get anyone rattled, how many times you got married and shit. So we're just gonna let it play out. Oh, and before Carly interrupted, they were talking about Charlotte and how she's acting out, saying that, Jax may, she may look at the situation and be like, well, Jax is taking Charlotte away from Charlotte and her papa or whatever. And then they did some sort of weird comparison, which made no sense. They tried to compare Charlotte and Jocelyn growing up, and he said something that was weird, and it made no sense about how Jax was the wrong man for her mother, which, to be honest, that made no sense. I felt like that was a typo. I think what they were trying to do is they were comparing Sonny and how maybe Jocelyn wanted Jax to be with her mom and not Sonny, and how Sonny was the wrong person to be with Carly. It's a little weird. I didn't really understand that. That was just a weird typo. And pause for a second. So Jordan met Cyrus at the police station, and Jordan was just like, listen, if you don't let my son go, I will kill you. And I'm not gonna lie, I was just like, you don't really have power, you don't have say so. Like, if he does it, then really, if he does it, then he does it, but you have no say so. Everything is already like, he's already out. You already confessed towards your partner doing dirt. The only thing that can happen at this point is that he can double up his security, and he can just double up his security, and then you can't fucking get near him. So, like, and then he still has your son, so he can pretty much kind of tell you to do whatever he wants when he wants, and there's not really much you can do. But spoiler alerts a little bit because it was in the previews. I think that TJ is back because I think he's in a hospital bed or whatever, and Jordan was like, oh, he's gonna pay or whatever. So but what leads me into a scene where Curtis and Jordan are talking, and Jordan pretty much says the same thing. Listen, if he doesn't release my son, I'm going after him. I'm gonna kill him. Now Curtis is all like, oh, I'm not gonna let you throw your life away, and it's gonna be premeditated murder. And I'm just like, what you're saying is all right, but like, you're not a parent. You're an uncle at best. You're not a parent. Let somebody grab your child and see how you act. I just didn't like, I get what he was saying. He was like, I don't want you to throw your life away, and we'll get him back, and you don't have to sit there and kill him. And pretty much Jordan's like, listen, we need to have this bottle of champagne and let us have this one good night of sex, because if things don't go the way it's supposed to, I'm going to fucking kill him. And at the end they pretty much have sex or whatever. So let's quickly talk about Sonny and Jason. So after Jason left Sam, and after she had her temper tantrum and throwing stuff and breaking shit, because that's what they do apparently, Jason talks to Sonny, and he discusses a little bit. He kind of discusses a little bit as far as like, what are they gonna do? Like, are we gonna sit there and wait and just kind of chill, whatever, and see if Cyrus makes a mistake, or are we going to just get him once he walks out the front door? Now Sonny in this, I don't like Sonny, but Sonny in this half-ass attempt of being like, oh, well, I don't want to trade you for Cyrus, and if you can't make the shot, just don't take it. I can understand if you don't want to just take the shot. I mean, it's cool. I mean, you should do it, but it's sort of like he played that whole, I don't want you to kill him, wink, wink, but if you do, then, make sure you take the shot and hit him on the first shot. So I just didn't like that. I get it. He's the boss. He's the mob boss or whatever. Jason's got to take the chances and stuff. But he's not just your enforcer. He's also your brother. And I've seen, on a little side note, I've seen him be totally selfish multiple times. Like with the whole saving Elizabeth and Sam. And he got his hands messed up, and Sonny was just like, oh, you're useless as far as finding my son now. So, I don't know. When he said that, it was like, Jason was just like, he had the cool rifle, whatever, to take apart kind of thing. And Jason was like, yo, we're gonna do this tonight. We not waiting, we're gonna do this shit tonight. So Jason, I mean, granted, Jason was more on board and more, as far as gun-ho of taking Cyrus out, you know, right away. Now, I personally think that that's, I do think that that's somewhat of a mistake. I mean, you're not gonna, whatever. Jason did say, like, I'll do it if I can get a clean shot and get away. But we'll wait and see. And more or less, that's pretty much the episode today. That's pretty much the end of the episode. I mean, there's little things like, you know, Cyrus being in the warden's office and being smug with Jordan, and being smug with Laura. And Laura pretty much is just like, you know, you could just leave. You could just go back to Seattle. You don't have to come back to Port Charles. Of course, she knew. When they talked, when they found out in the beginning of the episode, when they found out that Cyrus is going to be released, Laura's sitting there hoping, hey, listen, maybe he just won't come to Port Charles and he'll go back. And Kevin was just like, no, that's not going to happen. His pride won't let him leave. And even when Sonny was talking to Carly, and Carly was having that wishful thinking of, oh, maybe he'll just, you know, pack it up and leave and go to Seattle. Sonny was like, that's not going to happen. Because if he left, first of all, if he left, it wouldn't be a story. But if he left, it'll make him look weak. And he already looks bad so far by the botch jobs and, you know, the products being torched. So it'll just make him look weak. And so he couldn't do it. And he wouldn't do it on Pride anyway. So the whole wishful thinking with Carly and Sonny, you know, was Carly telling Sonny, well, maybe they'll just leave. And Sonny was like, nope, that's not going to happen. But yeah, that was pretty much about it. Laura was like, listen, if they kill you, I'll do everything in my power to make sure that, you know, I'll bring your killer to justice. You know, as some sort of like threat or whatever, like to scare him. And Cyrus was like, no, I'm good. But I really do appreciate the you know, looking out for my well-being. Thanks. Cyrus seems like he's gonna make a great addition. Depending on how long he sticks around, how long they let him stick around, how long they let him stick around. So we'll see. But yeah, it really wasn't that much. Yeah, it really wasn't that much. I think I pretty much kind of covered everything. Sorry that it's 18 minutes long. I try to not let these things drag out too long, but I don't want to rush through stuff to the point where stuff that's important doesn't get put in the review. Yeah, that's pretty much the simple truth of it. So yeah, thanks for watching. If there's any theories or things like that nature that you want to sit there and share, definitely leave it down in the comment section. I really do appreciate reading the comments and you know, asking me questions and just talking, you know, because you know, we all know what's going on, and there's a beginning, middle, and end. It will end, but until we get to that point, let's just enjoy some good TV. Also, you could probably start watching this at this point if you want to, but if you want me to review anything else, if you want me to review something like This Is Us or A Million Little Things, they are technically soap operas. So if you want me to review that, definitely leave that down in the comment section. I know that their seasons end, but when they do come back, if that's something you want me to do, you know, we'll definitely do that. Especially This Is Us, because that show is deep. That show is deep. That show is deep. Let's put it that way. But A Million Little Things is definitely more soap opera-ish. So yeah. Have a great day, great night, depending on when you're watching this video, and I will catch you in the next review.